So, at 1.1, what we had to do here is multiply n. So, you should have gotten minus 2a squared plus 6a minus 10. Do I need to explain anything there? Okay. The people that weren't finished, while you wait for me in between, try and do one more, no? Okay, so what we had to do here is look for like terms. So xy squared, xy squared, xy squared. And that would give me minus 8xy squared. Okay, and then the rest, x squared y, they were common factor, like terms. So this will become 6x squared y. Any questions there? You guys good? Okay, at 1.3, what did we have to do here? FOIL. Okay, so you would get 2p squared plus 8p minus 3p minus 12. And then I wanted you to see these middle two. You had to go and simplify over there. And that would give you 2p squared plus 5p minus 12. Okay. Any questions? Okay, 1.4. I can get square root of all of them. So square root of 81 was 9. Square root of x to the power of 12 would be x to the power of 6. And then b to the power of... Oh, sorry. Okay, Tuma. Then this will just become x. Sorry. Okay, so any questions there? You guys good? Okay, can I skip? So 2.1. 4ABC. And now we had to go and factorize. So remember, you guys were taught the only methods you're writing about on factorizing is common factor and difference in two squares. So that's the only two things that you look for every time. So over here, I got a common factor of 2c. So you should have 2ab plus b minus 6a. Okay. Any questions there? Okay, 4x to the power 3 minus 12x squared. Again, I could take out a common factor of 4x squared. So you should have x minus 3. Let me hear. Questions? Right, so b squared minus 64. There's no common factor, so obviously difference in two squares, which means I'm going to have two brackets, one with a plus, one with a minus. Square root of b squared will just be b, and square root of 64 will be 8. Any questions? Right, 2.4. Okay, what I wanted you guys to see over here was I could take out a common factor of a minus b. So in the first term, what was left there? P squared. And at the second term, q.
Now can you please explain 2.4?
Okay, what I wanted you to see, okay, first things first, how many terms are there? 2. No? Okay, and each term has got this bracket, which looks exactly the same. So I take that out as a common factor. Now, remember we said what we basically do is we put each term over the common factor. Do you remember that? Okay, which means that this will cancel out with that. So what's left? P squared. That's where I get this one from. Okay. Then at the second term, the brackets will cancel out. So what's left? Plus Q. Okay. Anyone else? You guys okay? Okay, who still has to do 2.5? Okay, 2 minutes. Quick. The rest of you, after this, I'm going to start marking those pages that I posted on the group. Oh. So if you are done and you're waiting for me, then and you haven't done those pages, then please carry on with that because after this I'm marking. Yeah? Is jy klaar afgeskryf, Isabel? Okay, kyk gou. You mean the first one? Yeah. At 2.4. So meaning you want this. No. Okay. Now if I did that, it means that what must be multiplied into that bracket? Only the minus b. And then if I multiply in, I'm not going to end up with the same thing as what we had earlier on, yeah. So you have to have those brackets. Okay. Okay, you guys done? Okay, so at 2.5. Okay, you guys had x to the power 4 minus 60. Now that's going to be difference in two squares. So I'm going to have two brackets, one with a plus, one with a minus. Square root of x to the power 4 will be x to the power of 2. And square root of 16 will be 4. Right, now that first bracket could not go any further because that had a plus in the middle. But what about this bracket? Can you see over there? I've got two terms. There's a minus in between, and I can get square root of each. So that could have gone further. One with a plus, one with a minus. What is square root of x squared? X. And square root of 4 is 2. Okay. Who had that whole thing? Good. The rest of you, did you stop here? Oh, Luli. You've got to be very wake up. My Engels is verkeerd, I know. Jy moet wakker wees. Right. I'm going to start marking those pages.
Why do we use that there?
Because there's a plus in between. We can only do difference in two squares. Minus in between.
Why do you put that there? Why don't we just say change it to just that? Why do we get it?
I can't just throw it away.
Okay, but why do you leave that one?
That one went further to give me this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Carry on with those pages. Is that what Okay, girls, let's of nie net girls. Hy moet nog skoon gemaak word, so sit hom bo neer. Okay, ek sal nou dit understand. Anders kyk ek net vir wat meer geboks het. Okay, right people, I'm starting with not products because I think most of you are fine with that. I'm doing the worksheet with factorizing now. Okay? You guys fine? Check, it's numbered at the bottom. Okay, so number 1 says y squared minus 64. People, I can stop here. We can go on with trinomials, which you're not even writing about, because if you don't want to do revision. Kom, let's see, wat gaat aan? Right, y squared, did you guys do these pages? Why do I post it? Right, I'm going to carry on marking so that you have a memo for when you then eventually, hopefully, revise. This will be difference in two squares, one with a plus, one with a minus. So y, there we go. Thank you. Okay, number 2. M to the power of 7 minus m to the power of 5. I can take out a common factor there of m to the power of 5. So m squared minus 1. Don't forget about the 1. Then, are we done there? No. That m squared minus 1 can go further. That will become 2 more brackets, one with a plus, one with a minus. Square root of m squared is just m, and square root of 1 is 1. You guys good there? Okay, now, number 3. Can I skip? Anyone still coughing here? Number 3, people, is a trinomial, and you guys aren't writing about trinomials tomorrow. So I'm going to skip number 3. Okay? Wat is fout? Number 4. Can you guys maybe ask me instead of talk to one another? Want dis baie. Okay, how many terms have we got here? 2. What's the same for both those? The bracket of x squared minus 1. No. So what was left at term 1 if I took out the bracket? 3b. What's left at term 2 if I took out the bracket? Plus 12. Now this was a nice difficult one. This first bracket, do you guys see that is a trinomial? No. Okay, so that will become x plus 1, x minus 1. That last bracket over here, 3b plus 12, what can happen over there? I can take out a common factor of 3. Can you see no sign here? Because it's still multiplication. So what will then be left? B plus 4. Now, yes, it would have been fine if you left it like that, but usually we just write that little number because it looks odd here in the middle of nowhere. So we write it right in the beginning. Remember, it's all multiplication, so order doesn't really matter. That's why it won't be wrong if you stopped here. But your final answer should actually look like this. Okay. Any questions? Right, number 5. Okay, so over here, there wasn't a common factor, so obviously, we're going to do difference in 2 squares. So 2 brackets, one with a plus, one with a minus. Square root of 121m to the power of 6 will be 11m to the power of 3. Square root of 9 will be 3. Right, now I couldn't go any further than that, so that is where we stop. You guys good? Okay, number 6 was a bit difficult. We haven't done grouping yet, so I'm going to leave that one out. Okay, because you guys would not have seen there's a common factor throughout. I can do it with you guys if you want, but yeah, and then it's a trinomial in any case, so yeah. Okay, so let's rather skip it. Okay, number 7. Can I skip? Okay, so number 7, x minus x to the power 3, b to the power 2. We can take out a common factor of x. So then it would be 1 minus x squared, p squared. Now that bracket can actually go further because that can be difference in 2 squares. So one bracket with a plus, one with a minus. Square root of 1 will be 1. And square root of x squared p squared will be xp. And that is where we stop. Okay. 8. Oh. Hold on. Again, there was grouping here, so I think I'm going to skip that one. Okay, so let's go to number 9. M squared over 4 minus 9. Okay, so I couldn't take out a common factor over here. So what's my second option then? Difference in 2 squares. Okay, have I got 2 terms? Yeah. Is there minus in between? Can I get square root of each? Yeah. Okay, so I know it would be 2 brackets, one with a plus, one with a minus. Square root of m squared over 4 will become m over 2. And square root of 9 will be 3. And that's as far as we can go. Okay, number 10. Okay, so what could we take out here? Could it be difference in 2 squares? No, we've got too many terms. No. So what can I take out? Is there a common factor? No. I've got A, no A. No. B, no B. Okay, so I couldn't do anything there. It is able to factorize, but not for you guys yet. Okay. And that was the end of that page. So let's look at this photo that I posted. Can we do that one quickly? Hello? Come. Yeah. Two cheat sheets, yes. I posted that photo. You can a cheat sheet with section A and a cheat sheet for section B. So one for Trig, one for Sarah. Okay, good. Right, so at question 1, they want you to expand and simplify. So 1.1, 3x plus 5 minus 7, x minus 2. Okay, so what we had to do here is multiply in those brackets. So I'm going to have 3x plus 15. Now I multiply in the minus 7, so minus 7x plus 14. Now we look for like terms. 3x minus 7x will give me minus 4x. And 15 plus 14, 29. Slower. Okay, skus julle. Huh? Right. So over here, again, because it said expand and simplify. It was not Afrikaans. It said brei uit en vereenvoudig. Okay, so 3x, people, let me just, because tomorrow in the test as well, no? Read carefully what you've got to do. Remember, when I say expand and simplify, no? What does it mean? I want you to get rid of the brackets. No, meaning multiply in or do FOIL. Do you guys understand what I mean? When I tell you to factorize, then we only have two methods. Common factor or difference in two squares. And basically what we do when we factorize is we get more brackets. No, so that you can maybe make a mental note of. Expanding and simplifying means get rid of brackets. And then factorizing, get brackets. No, does it make sense? Yeah, expand and simplify means get rid of brackets. Right? Factorize means we're going to get brackets. Because when we factorize, we have a common factor or get difference in two squares. And usually we have our common factor and then we start with a bracket. No, so we get more brackets. Sometimes there aren't any brackets, so you know you're going to end. Your end answer will definitely have brackets. But when it said expand and simplify, then your answer at the end shouldn't have any brackets. Okay, like over here. Have a look. I don't have any brackets left. Look at the exercise that we did previously. Can you see? Yeah, I've got brackets. I've got brackets. Brackets, brackets. Okay. Good. Okay, so over here, I've got to multiply n. So 3x times x squared will give me 3x to the power of 3. Then the minus 5x, I also have to multiply n. So minus 5 x to the power 3. And then minus 5x times minus 3 will become positive 15x. Now I want you to see that these two both have x to the power 3. No. So they are like terms. So 3x to the power 3 minus 5x to the power 3 will give me minus 2x to the power 3 and then plus 15x. Remember, don't try and factorize there because that's not what they asked. They asked you to expand and simplify. So I stop here. Okay, you guys good? Then 1.3. All right, so what do we have to multiply in with that bracket? Only the minus 2. So minus 2 times 5x will give me minus 10x. Minus 2 times 3 will give me minus 6. And now, again, you will see that we have like terms here in the beginning. 3x minus 10x will give me minus 7x, and then the minus 6 just stayed like it was. Yeah. No, it's not FOIL. All I multiplied in was this minus 2. Okay. Why not the 3x? Because there wasn't brackets around, no? So the 3x is completely separate. You guys good? The what? Yeah, 25 marks. People, it's an easy one. What's wrong? No. It's an easy one. So, huh? Cheat sheet, yes. Okay. Can I skip? Okay. 1.4. No. Oh, is there still another period? Uh, but I had